Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So my sister has been on probation from work for the past few months, and she just told me this last week. So it looks like she's going to be laid off or fired for poor performance, and she's called to let me know that she's going to be moving in with us. So this is not okay with me for several reasons, financial, boundaries, home dynamics, etc. So I don't know what to do. I mean, I feel really bad. She's my sister. I have an extra bedroom, but I don't really have the space, or, I'm in debt myself, so I can't take on another person. And so I'm just calling to get your advice.
How old is she?
Almost 60, or 59.
59?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say 19. So why can't she perform at work at 59 years old?
Well, I've seen this been coming for years. She's very unmotivated. She's smart. She has 2 master's degrees. She's got a 6-figure job, but she's just let her life go downhill slowly but surely. Her weight, her finances, her job performance. There is some prescription pain medications that come into play, which I think just zap her motivation to perform well. But, she's let this happen to herself, and now I feel like I'm expected to solve her problem for her.
Yeah. And so you and I both know that loving her well is not allowing her to continue on the path that she's on, instead make her face down these demons and turn the corner on them, right?
Right, exactly.
And so coming to hide in your spare bedroom is just enabling her continued spiral.
I agree. And
so just tell her that. Just tell her that.
And she'll be very
I love you too much. I don't care. I love you too much to allow you to continue on this path, or me to participate with you on you continuing on a path that is destructive to you. You have refused to address your lack of motivation, your painkiller addiction, and your weight. And you need to address those things, and you can't hide in my spare bedroom and not address them, because I love you so much.
Okay.
And then she's going to be angry at you.
Right.
It's very predictable. Because she feels entitled to something that's not hers, your bedroom.
So, and she's also kind of using that card because, it was
What
our
card?
family house. Well, I'll explain. So I care for our elderly mother at my house, and in my mom's will, she gives us the house 50-50. But I'm explaining to her that upon my mother's death, that doesn't mean right now.
So it's not your house. It's your mother's house.
So I had to take out a mortgage on the house.
No, it's your mother's house.
Well, true, but
Is it in your name or your mother's name?
It is.
Okay. Quit talking around the barn then. It's your mother's house. It's not your house.
Okay, but I'm on the deed, so I don't. It depends.
Well, how'd you get on the deed?
Well, because I had to take a mortgage out on the house to pay for my mother's caregiver, and since my mother doesn't have a job, I had to take a mortgage. In order to get a mortgage, I had to get on the deed.
Are you single?
So I am.
Okay. How old are you?
I am 54.
Okay. All right. Well, you're the owner of the house then. Your name is on the deed. It's not your mother's house. I was wrong. It's your house, okay? And your mother's.
Okay.
You and your mother own it together. Correct. Your sister's not on the deed.
Correct.
Okay. Then she doesn't have any rights. Morally, legally, ethically, emotionally, nothing. Okay. Now, the instant that your mother passes, you will be selling this house because you're going to be required to otherwise own half of it with said sister, and that ain't going to plan either.
No. Yeah, no.
So be ready to move.
Right. Well, I'm hoping to get all my ducks in order. I've been listening to you nonstop, so I'm hopefully I have a few years to get all my finances worked out. So.
Okay, here's the thing.
I'd like to stay
There's
there.
a couple of basic Henry Cloud type principles in here from the book Boundaries. Let's just recant them. I'm just channeling my inner Dr. John Deloney, Ken. And so I think the first principle is people who don't respect your boundaries are always upset when you put a boundary in place.
Yes, we've had that.
So as soon as you say no, expect her to have a little duck fit in the floor.
Okay.
Squawking and flapping around and all that stuff that she does, okay? And then she's going to play the guilt trip card, and she's going to play all the cards that people play when they want something that's not theirs.
Right. She's telling me she's going to have to live in her car.
Oh, bullcrap. How about get motivated and get a job? Or how about just actually doing your work at your job so you don't get fired? If you're living in your car, sweetie, it's your fault.
Right.
Okay? So, and that's rule number one, okay, is that you set a boundary with boundaryless people. They 100% of the time get upset. You just always expect it. Rule number two, enablers are nice people that give drunks alcohol because they are too sweet to say no. But it's not real love. Real love is, I want you to have a better life, my sister. Living in this bedroom, hiding from reality, continuing to spiral downward is not good for you. I love you too much to let you live here. This is not about you in this case, in this discussion, Linda. It's about her. You care too much about her to give a drunk a drink. To allow her to continue in a lazy, unmotivated, painkiller addicted, obese manner.
Right.
None of these things are good for you, sweetie. I love you too much. You're not addressing the stuff in your life, and I'm not going to go there. What do you got, Ken?
I just hear a person, Linda, you're afraid of her, and there's some history behind that fear. And I think...
Oh, she's your older sister.
Yeah, she's the older sister. Am I right that there's some fear based on history?
I don't have fear. I guess I feel sorry for her. It's kind of like something's turned and I'm the bigger sister and I care for my mother and I take on all the responsibilities.
Yeah, but my point is you're afraid of letting her down.
You're afraid of this conflict.
Like her future is on your shoulders. And here's what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I do feel that way.
I know.
Sure.
So here's what I would tell you. Everything Dave said, I rubber stamp. But I would say this. You're going to have to choose today to focus your mind on how awful your life will be if you let her come back into it, instead of focusing on how awful it's going to be when she throws her duck fit. And Dave's right, that's going to happen. But I think you have to choose between the two evils, and her being in your house is way more evil than you telling her, grow up, sis.
For her.
Yes.
Love her well enough to help her heal. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.